One of the most important facets of any business is customer service. In business, you are not only selling a product or a service, but an experience. Providing exceptional customer service and developing real relationships with your clients means increased sales, retain customers, new customers via word of mouth, and a positive reputation. You're listening to the Focus on Customer Experience podcast. Benjamin Del Grosso gives you the ins and outs of one of the most underlooked aspects in business today. Improve your customer service and watch your business skyrocket. 2, 1. Now, here's your host, Benjamin Del Grosso.
Hello and welcome to the show. Today we have Darragh Holland from Ireland. So why don't you tell us, who you are, where you're from, and what you do?
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Ben. So obviously I got to meet you in the Apex group. I was following Ryan Stewman for a long time, joined the group, and really enjoying it. But I'm based in Ireland, small town, Clonus, close to the border with Northern Ireland. So I have 2 gyms, and of 2011 I opened my first gym, and I have another gym then as well. Actually closed one in between all that as well, so I had 3 going at one stage. But with social media and emails, I managed to build the gyms. That's what I based all my marketing around. Anything else I tried in terms of flyers or newspaper ads or anything, nothing really ever worked, only social media and email. So I was always kind of thinking, really enjoy the email, be kind of trying to be creative, like reading and writing. And then when lockdowns came with COVID, basically I had been thinking I'd love to do this as a bit of a side business for other business owners, kind of expand the horizons a bit, not just be the fitness guy, try and learn something else. But then when COVID hit and lockdowns, I said, you know what, I may as well do something with my free time here and put my effort into a new business. So I kind of set up manage email list management for business owners. And I've been working at, COVID hit March 2020 in Ireland anyway. And that's when we closed. So I've been working on that since then. And luckily enough, kind of juggling the gyms. Luckily enough, we've great systems in place, with great staff. So managing to balance all. And I've also got a wife and 2 young children. So it's all go, but all good, thank God.
Nice. So with this email marketing that you were talking about, you already have your customer database, probably from your gyms, I'm assuming. And
yeah, so basically when people, same as any gym, as people join, they fill out, a power queue or a health questionnaire. So we started off, we just add them to our database. And then anytime we run ads, the usual ads, you get their name, phone number, and email. So we just built up our email database over the years, and it kind of started, maybe half-assed or whatever, and an email here and there and whatnot. And then the more I studied it, I decided then, I don't know when, maybe 2013, 14, I decided to write an email every day to my list, 7 days a week. I've done that for about a year. Then I brought it down to 5 days a week. And then for the last long couple of years, I've been doing 3 times a week. So I built up database and we just keep running ads and, kind of keeps the thing going well. So that's how I do it for the gyms.
Oh, okay. And are you talking about, are you having funny things, or are you talking about health, fitness stuff, or?
Just a little bit of everything, to be honest. I suppose kind of talking about my fitness battles and my training and my diet and what works for me. And my wife then, she's obviously big into it as well. She's more, I suppose, a bit of an expert in the nutrition side. She's done her degree and a master's on nutrition, so she does the nutrition with her clients. And post on an Instagram page. So we kind of, talk about our own challenge, what we're doing, how we're eating, how we're training, the kind of personal development, mental side of it, of the game. So I'll talk about that, and then you'll tell little life stories, what's going on, books that I'm reading, maybe activities the children are getting up to, just trying to give a bit of personality to it and letting people know that, we have our own struggles and, we have to get up every day and get on with it, because sometimes people think, people can always think, God, I'm so out of shape, I'm so unfit. They think us gym guys just bounce out of bed every morning mad to get at it. But, we have our bad days too, and we have our own challenges. We're trying to balance family life and work and everything else. And, so it's all just part of the challenge, just trying to help educate people in some way. And hopefully they can improve things from there.
Well, yeah, because everybody looks at everyone in this lens that they're perfect, you know,
Yeah.
and Facebook, Instagram, and all these social media websites give off this perfection that, oh, that person, oh, they're going on vacation somewhere, and oh, look, they're playing with their kids, and oh, they're going to the movie theater, and oh, it's such a
Yeah.
perfect life. And you know, people want to buy and do business with people they know, like, and trust. So if
Yeah.
you're putting that human element into your marketing and showing them, you know, who you are, and you have struggles the same as everyone else, and you know, you struggle to go to the gym and work out and put in that effort the same as every other person. It's more of that human element, right? Am I right, wrong? Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Like, and especially since having two children, like most of our clients, probably 70-80% of our clients have children, have family. They're all aged 30 to 50 for the most part. So, we've children crying in the middle of the night and all that sort of stuff, fun stuff as well. So we're just trying to battle through that. But absolutely, on social media, I'm sure you've heard Andy Purcell, different guys call it the highlight reel. People love to pick their highlights and show it and put it up. And I suppose we're all guilty of that to a degree. But it's good to be honest. I definitely try and be honest in emails, and I'd be open enough to say them. Maybe not for everybody, not everyone loves them, but we have enough people that loves them that makes it worthwhile. And I just want to be honest with people and let them know, like, it's just about challenging yourself, finding your goals. I know it's all a bit cheesy and whatever, cliche, but it is about finding your goals and what works for you, and what motivates me might motivate you, and vice versa. And it's just kind of trying to find your own path as you go, really, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that totally makes sense, because that's what it is. We're all trying to find our own path, and we all have different life. You know, I mean, we got two kids as well, so there's nights where the kids crawl into bed, and you don't get any sleep at all.
Yeah.
You're
No,
like, I don't know.
absolutely. Like,
There's no way I'm
um,
working out tomorrow.
yeah, no, absolutely, and it can be tough, and then you've work and business and things to take care of, and and we're talking about the highlight reel and social media. Like, I find one thing as well is in business, everyone thinks you're just, it's just making money, and business is great and life is good, and anytime you even go out with your friends for a few drinks and they're talking about this guy has this business, and they think everything's rosy, but as you know yourself, in business, it's a lot of work, and it's every free moment you get is work. There's no such thing as laying up, chilling out, really. Like, you have to be strict with your time, but most of the time, if I get a spare hour, I'm hitting the laptop or I'm on the phone working and stuff like that. So, it's not as easy as it looks, or it's not as straightforward as it looks, should I say. And definitely social media can put a twisted view on things, I suppose.
Oh yeah, no, I mean, the last 3 months I've been hard on my calendar, like live and breathe by the calendar.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But some people say, oh, it's going to take you an hour to do that. I'm like, no, it's only going to take me 15 minutes. However, I could get customers calling during that time. I could have, sometimes when I'm working home at the office, the kids are here. They might come and start asking me something. So I know on some days I have to schedule more time to do a simple chore because I have all those things that are unexpected. But then other days, like Monday mornings where there's no kids around here, there's nothing around here, and I'll have 4 or 5 hours to myself where I can be 100% focused on that.
Yeah.
I literally, my phone's pretty much in airplane mode, and nobody is bugging me. I honestly probably get like 12 or 15 hours worth of work done in about 5 hours.
Yeah.
So I schedule those 4 or 5 hours. Like, it's very tight on certain things
Yeah.
that I need to get done.
No, you need to be really, really tight with your time management. Like, I have a to-do list there. I know people maybe keep diaries or different things. I just a wee notebook there, and I just schedule everything I need every day, and it's just bang, bang, bang. You need to be really strict with your time, and especially when you have kids, because you want to get time with them and as well, and everything else. So you need to be real strict with your time and just focused and get the job done. But yeah, it's easy to get distracted. Like, my wife lives maybe 4 hours away, so a couple of times a year. There last week, she took the kids down there for maybe about 10 days. But again, it was just me up here in the office trying to catch up and work and get things done. You'd like to lay up and watch Netflix for the week and chill out, but it just doesn't work like that, does it?
Yeah, it's weird when you're 100% engaged in your business. I'll have days where it's, man, I haven't even watched TV in the last few days, and usually,
Yeah.
I'll have nights where it's like I watched 4 hours of TV, and I'm like, how did I even? How have I not watched TV at all? Like, I just didn't have time. I had this, I got a whiteboard here that I always tell people about that's behind me, and sometimes it's
Yeah.
like
I
right
know.
now it's filled with video editing I have to do, podcast editing I have to do, videos I need to make for YouTube, blogs I need to write, and you know some of the stuff is a 3 or 4 weeks worth of progress, right? It has to all be done, because you can't go and write like 8 blogs in a day or something. It doesn't work like that. But
No.
yeah, it's crazy, because every time you look at the whiteboard, it's like, oh, gotta write that down, more stuff I gotta do, more stuff I gotta do.
Yeah.
But you have to
It-
be so hard on your time, and sometimes I don't even have stuff scheduled. It's just, okay, I scheduled an hour for this, I have a half hour free time, let's do something on the whiteboard, let's get it out of the way, let's knock it off.
yeah.
So
No, absolutely. Like, and I try and allow for an hour once I put the kids to bed. Try and get maybe 45 minutes to an hour of TV, just cup of tea and chill. Me and the missus, and then yeah, usually do me reading then before bed if I can. I'm doing 75 hard at the minute, so I'm getting me 10 pages in, and that usually has you unwind then, and you're ready for bed. But yeah, you need to be real strict with your time management, otherwise it gets very stressful and out of hand, doesn't it?
yeah, 75 hard I finished at the end of November, and man, that skyrocketed me to all sorts of craziness that I'm focused on right now in the business. Yeah,
Yeah,
that is
no,
a
it's
powerful
definitely.
program. That is, I think some people just they rule it off as a fitness program, and they just don't realize just how much of an impact it can have on you.
Yeah, no, it's hard to explain, and it's so much more than a fitness program, because a lot of things I would kind of do anyway in terms of drinking the water and exercise and your diet and all that. But it's more just the accountability and pushing you on. You realize how much you can actually get done in a day when you try and knuckle down and really focus yourself. And it helps me get me reading done, because I like reading and I want to read, but there's times you just don't get it in, and then you're like, oh, I'm tired, I'll go to bed, I'll do it tomorrow type thing. But once you're doing the 75 hard, it kind of forces you to do it. So yeah, no, I'm enjoying it, finding it good. I have a wedding now at the end of March. So that'll be around the end of it. So we'll enjoy that wedding, probably have a few drinks, and then get back on it. But I definitely like to.
Um, what was your most memorable experience as a customer?
Ooh, memorable experience as a customer. I suppose that's a good one. There's been, I can't remember who now, but there's been a couple of businesses, basically just the customers that care, get back to you, and that are quick to get back to you. Like, one thing that sticks in my mind is, like, say I built my house here. I moved in about 6 years ago, but you're always kind of doing something. But it's the guys that get back to you and get back to you the quickest, and just care and give a shit. And that's why I try and base it around the gyms. Of a couple of a sales, a girl that does sales and a girl that does kind of admin and memberships and stuff. And I hired them because I wanted, customers to be taken care of within 24 hours. Any match that comes in, or any issues with memberships, things like that. So I think that's really important. And building my house or doing any of that, anyone that's got back to me really sharp, really quick, I'd always kind of, you always appreciate that. But anything mad that stands out to me, I can't really think of anything in particular now, to be honest. But yeah, just I really appreciate people just get back and get the job done and don't mess about. Or if they make a mistake, they own up to it and come back and fix it.
Well, so I interviewed Patrick Zeller. I think his actually airs next week, but what he talks about is he's in the car dealership world, and he says like 75%. I think he said about 75% of other car dealers don't even respond to your inquiry. They're not even responding via email. And even in my business, a lot of people are, thanks for getting back to me. And it's like they're wowed that I've just responded.
Yeah,
And
I get that a lot too.
I'm going like, well, like, people are spending money on marketing and putting their brand out there. They should at least respond. because I have people
Yeah.
send me emails to get me to install stuff that I don't install, but I still want to be that guy. So I still tell them,
Yeah.
hey, fortunately, it's not something I do. However, if you let me know where you're located, I'm sure I can refer someone to you that could take care of you.
Yeah.
And I mean, I even had a
Exactly.
customer from Phoenix, Arizona, which is in the States. That's, I don't know, a 25-hour drive or something like that, or 20-hour drive from where I live. And
Yeah.
I went out of my way. I found an install center for her and contacted them and gave her a referral that, hey, you should contact this guy. He'll take care of you. And he even said he'll take care of her whether she buys a dash camera from me or whether she shows up with her own or whether she buys one from him. Either way, he'll take care of them, which was good.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is I still want to find a solution for my clients, unless it's something completely like, hey, do you build, like I had someone call me and say, do you train people how to drive cars? Because it's called Safe Drive Solutions. I'm like, no, I don't. Unfortunately, I don't. I mean, I guess I can kind of see the safe drive,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't do driver training, unfortunately. So like that's outside of my scope of work.
Yeah.
All I would do is Google it and say, hey, call such and such place or whatever, right? Because I don't know.
Yeah, but no, it's mad you say that about thanks for getting back to me. I get that a lot on emails and stuff. Yeah, thanks for getting back to me. And I'm like, well, what else am I going to do? You're kind of thinking, yeah, no problem, but of course I'm going to get back. But then you realize a lot of places don't, and a lot of businesses don't, which is crazy.
Yeah, and the other thing that I do is because I have a lot of pre-templated emails with a lot of information that I give clients right out of the gate. It goes to YouTube videos or blogs
Yeah.
and stuff on the website. And I find sometimes those hyperlinks will go into people's junk folder. So
Yeah.
I always do a manual email, usually about 24 hours after I send that email, depending 24 to 48 hours, just saying, hey, just want to follow up, see if you had any questions or concerns about the email we sent you the other day. And it'd be amazing. I would say a good 25 to 50%, depending on the month, of people will go, oh, you did send me an email. Oh, you're right. It's in the junk, and they'll find it. And then
no, that can happen.
Because a lot of people don't realize it goes to junk. I've had a few times where people said they didn't receive the email at all. And, which is interesting. So who knows what goes on? Maybe their spam folder, maybe it's a business or a company and it's automatically flagged and thrown into some sort of, not even junk, trash or something. Right. So, I know you're in the email marketing space. Like, are you finding challenges similar, or where you've communicated, you've done your job, but they're technically not getting that you responded?
Well, yeah, sometimes matter you can do everything right. There might be the odd one and slip in the junk, or emails can slip into promo when you obviously want them to go into primary, and it can be numerous issues. But the big thing is to sort of follow up on it. And on your initial email, what I always ask for the gyms, we have our 6-week program, always try and get people to reply, and you have your links with the information. But if people reply, then it improves the deliverability again, and it's kind of helping your domain be recognized better. So you'll go to their primary all the time. But some of them can go into the junk, but if you follow up with them, then you can get it out and kind of get it sorted from there, and you can even get them whitelisted as well, things like that. But yeah, it's just important to follow up. But it's amazing that, as you say, 75% don't even respond to messages. Like, you'd wonder what their goal is in business at all.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. So when you look around at the world today, what has stood out to you as the biggest change in how we interact as customers?
Biggest change? Well, this is one thing that plays on my mind. I don't know if it's answering your questions, but I'm sure you follow the same groups and things that I do, and you've probably heard a lot of AI and everything being automated. And a couple of years ago, I don't know if you played about like ManyChat and Facebook Messenger bots, but I've heard different guys talk with different things. Like with Messenger bots, they're saying, a lot of guys are saying this is going to be the next big thing. Do you know about them, where you can set it up that if people message your page, you get an automated Facebook message back? But like, I just find there's a lot of talk about AI, and I've kind of listened to a few guys talk about it. A lot of guys think it's going to be great, but as we move forward with more automation, and more bots, I think it's really important to keep the personalized side of things. Like what I found with the bots, like say our 6-week program, like we've changed it now totally, that I have a sales girl and she'll message people back and then she get them on the phone. And people always have their own wee questions, like I got a shoulder operation, 6 months ago. Will I be able to do this, that, and the other? And they need a bit of talking. So like I think as things get more and more automated, I think people will really love to get onto a business and actually talk to a human being rather than getting bots and automated messages. And I think even with email, maybe I'm biased, obviously, having an email business, but I've heard guys talking that they can just basically put what they want into this algorithm and it'll spit out an email and they can send it out to their list. Like I just think I can't see that really working on a big scale long term for companies. So basically what I think is for my businesses and for everyone going forward, I think you should try and really keep focus on the personalization rather than just trying to automate everything.
So I can speak on the AI bots that you're talking about. So first thing I'm going to say is I've seen where it's pretty cool and it blew me away. I had to call and cancel a trip recently. I was supposed to fly to Las Vegas in January, and in December, the government changed our rules and restrictions of what we could and couldn't do and all this kind of fun stuff. So I'm like, oh man, now I need to cancel this. So I tried calling. I'm on hold for an hour. Now I'm mad because I've been on hold for an hour. I can't get a hold of a human being to talk about it. So I log in to the travel website and it says, we see that you have blah, blah, blah reservation number. Would you like to change, cancel, or, change or cancel or whatever, right? It already knew my confirmation number because it's seen who I was because I had to log into my account. I'm like, well, cancel. Okay. And then it's like, would you, what does it say? Would you still like to change to different dates? Like it's trying to, keep you as a customer. Yeah. I'm like, no, need to confirm 100% cancellation. Okay. You will have this much refunded to your travel rewards and you'll have this much credited to your credit card as of this such and such date. And this much will be left as airline credit. I'm like, okay. Wow, that was remarkably really easy. Quick. I didn't talk to a person at all. It was kind of scary, but it was like it blew me away that it was that easy. And I'm not talking to a person.
Yeah.
But at the other end, I find it annoying because there's also tons of people have chatbots out there that they claim are AI, and then you're chatting with them like, talk to a person, need to know about this, and whatever you do, you can't get the answer you want. And it's actually more frustrating where I don't even want to deal with that business anymore. I just canceled my car insurance with another company because I couldn't even get hold of a person. And then I couldn't even talk to a person to schedule an appointment to talk to a person. And you could only, change or cancel your, so I was like, whatever, I called somewhere else where I get a person, which long story short, it's hilarious. I end up knowing the guy's brother at the place I call by total fluke. So it was it was already amazing experience, but on top of it, then we connected on a whole separate level.
Yeah.
And, because I got to talk to a person, like for me, but I mean, this whole chat AI thing, I could see where I seen like some of these big companies, we've already downsized so much. How much automation are we going to keep having and watching people's jobs disappear?
Exactly. And like
kind of scary.
And I just don't see it. Like it's like everything else in life. People love to jump in with both feet, but there's a time and a place for everything. And maybe like your flight experience, there's certain things where it will work. But I think for definitely small business owners like ourselves, and when people have certain aspects, like with your dash cam, that probably need certain fittings and different types of things, you need a bit of personalization. And in my industry with the fitness and even with the email business as well, you can have people with big lists, people with small lists, people with cold lists, people with warm lists. You have all sorts of things going on. You just need to chat to people about it. And definitely in fitness, people have injuries. They're always, if they haven't trained in a while, they think they're going to be totally not fit for it. They're going to stand out in the class. You kind of have to just tell them, look, it's not going to be that bad. There'll be a trainer there to take care of you, etc., etc. So I think personalization for customer service going forward, try and stick to as much personalization as you can, is my opinion anyway.
Yeah, no, I agree. You got to be personalized. You got to take care. You got to take care of your customers. And
Yeah,
I don't know. There's some automation is good, but I
yeah,
think it's also good in moderation.
yeah. No, absolutely. Like that thing you were saying about being on the phone for an hour, like I have to ring me bank about an issue, and I keep putting it on me to-do list every day, and then I'm like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow, and then oh, I'll do that tomorrow, because I know I'm going to be on the phone for a bloody hour. You know,
Yeah,
press one, press two. And it's just like,
it's
what the fuck,
brutal. You know,
Yeah. So
like the insurance company recently contacted me because somebody hit my car and whatever, mistakes happen, and asked me what I thought about my overall experience with making my insurance claim. And I go, well, I was on hold for an hour and 20 minutes to talk to a person. An hour and 20 minutes. I said,
yeah,
that's to me, that's brutal. I'm calling for a claim. People are already in distress. I mean, sure, it wasn't even a major collision. Like mine was extremely minor. My vehicle could drive away. To be honest, I probably didn't have to get it fixed right away. I just wanted to because I was going away. However, let's say your vehicle was written off and you need to get to work, and you're stressed out. You're gonna wait on hold for an hour and 20 minutes. I don't know. I'd be thinking twice, maybe looking at a different insurance company. However, where I live right now, you can't. It's government regulated. You can typically only deal with these guys. So an hour and 20 minutes on hold to me I'm sorry,
yeah,
it's not acceptable in my
yeah.
opinion.
No, it's not. And the banks, certain things can get away with it because you kind of need the banks and whatnot. But definitely for small business owners, like people can bounce around if they want. I don't think it's really going to cut it. So, and that's why I focus on it. I'd like to think we service of any of our competitive other gyms, in the locations, and I'd like to think we do a good job of that.
Yeah. So what is
Hello?
one thing you
I went out
do?
again for a wee bit, did I?
Oh, are you still there?
Can
Sorry.
you hear me now?
Yeah, you cut out in and out a little bit there.
Yeah, no, walk away. Yeah, I'm back again.
I'll have to do a little bit of editing on this one. It's all good. You're there. You're good.
Yeah, no problem, no problem.
Yeah.
I'm here again. I think I'm in.
Okay, it's all
Yeah,
good. So what is one
Okay.
thing you do or have done to provide a positive experience?
Okay, so we say people join up. We have a 6-week program. They get like I say, they get a phone call and they get told all about the program. They get a few emails on it, and then they sign up. They get a thank you card sent out in the post straight away. They get the initial email about all basically the details and diet information, whatever they need. And I'll always, if they reply to me then with their goals, I reply to them and get them set up depending on what program they're on or how much nutrition they want. And then basically in the facility then we also do a referral program. So if you bring in a friend or a family member, you get a month's free membership. So I like to feel all that kind of combined gives them a nice kind of start. And learn people's names, talk them personally. I always we have a list for the trainers of things try and do in each class, get to know them.
Yeah. So it's just you try and personalize it, right?
We try and push variety, try and make sure it's good. See, like you've got a class 10 up to 30 people. So it's you're trying to personalize as much as you can. That's why I do me emails as well, try and help them out. We try and push our social media content. But then within the sessions, like we have 8, 9 trainers across the 2 gyms. So that's including myself and my wife. So, there's good variety in the sessions, and we put pressure on the trainers, or, we look for the trainers to try and mix up the sessions as best we can. So it kind of keeps things fresh, they can enjoy it. So it doesn't get boring and predictable. So that's kind of everything we do. And like I say, when people have issues with membership, another thing is a lot of gyms do contracts. I don't know if you know much about that, but you do like a 6-month contract, and then if you stop paying after 3 or 4 months, they're following up with you. And a lot of gyms, if you pay up for whatever, say €480 or dollars for a 12-week program, if you drop out after 8 weeks, you're still charged. You know what I mean? Even if a family member dies, I've heard gyms doing this sort of crack, we're still charging people. Like, we don't do any of that. I think it's a bit stupid. Like, if people don't want to train, we only do monthly contracts. We'll try and help people out wherever they can. So I think that helps, just helps goodwill with people, and it just helps you to maintain that relationship with them long term. Because like I said, gyms sign people up to 6 months contracts, but then after 3 months, if they want to leave, you're really going to chase them up, for the extra payments and stuff. Like, I don't think it's a good way of doing business. I know a lot of guys do it, and they're probably more successful or whatever than I am, but I just don't think it's a good way of going about it.
Well, yeah, I mean, over here, I think they do like 1 year or 2 year or something contracts. And then even like through the pandemic, they're still collecting all the money, even though the gyms are closed. You can't even go there and work out.
Yeah.
And some people think they want to support the gym, right? Because they want them to, last throughout the pandemic. But the other part is a lot of these people, ended up unemployed, and then they're still expected to pay the gym the 40, 50, whatever bucks a month to go there when they can't even go there. So yeah, it's really weird. But I mean, I don't know. You take the good with the bad. There's positives and negatives, I guess, to everything. Personally, for me, I prefer more of a month-to-month thing, because then if my lifestyle changes, like let's say I move away and I'm no longer at near that gym anymore, well, I want to be able to cancel. I don't want to be stuck going, well, I still have to pay for a year because now I live 3 hours away and I can't even go there anymore. It just it doesn't make sense. At least you can go, okay, well, now maybe they recommend a gym nearby where I moved now, because they don't have a gym.
Absolutely.
Keep that relationship alive. And then the thing is too, what people don't think about is the after sale service. So let's say, for instance, that person has been going to your gym for, I don't know, 4 years now. They moved to, I don't know, Scotland or something. I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there. And now all of a sudden, but they have family members who say, hey, where's that gym that you used to work out at? Well, this is the place I always used to go. Next thing you know, now that, and what was great is when I moved, I was able to just cancel, not like the other big box companies where they lock you into a 6-month or 1 year contract. Next thing you know, all of a sudden, oh, okay, where is he? Oh, he's only 15 minutes from your house. Perfect. I'm going to go there, because that word of mouth, that power is way more powerful than anything you're ever going to get in marketing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's the whole idea of what we're thinking. And yeah, it kind of surprised me. Some of these gyms, people will still support them, even, they're charging, I know even in the towns I'm based in, charging very high prices and not letting people wear things. So I don't get it. But definitely word of mouth is everything, really, especially like I'm in small enough towns, and compared to the big cities maybe that you'd be used to in America, or in Dublin here in Ireland, be very big. But it's tight knit enough community. Everyone talks, everyone knows each other. This sort of way. So you want to get good word of mouth, because no matter what you do, you get enough people giving out about you on a good day anyway. You know what I mean? So you have to try and keep the thing right as best you can.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Have you any like free promotions? Get a free pint or something with every membership, or
No, maybe defeating the purpose of it. But we have a Christmas night out. We look after everyone then. Well, we used to have them. Hopefully we'll be able to get it this year. We've missed out the last few years. But we kind of tried different things. But like I say, I'd say over the years I've tried every fucking marketing and promotion idea going, but it always just came back to Facebook and Instagram ads, and email always kind of trumped them up, so that's what I focus on. And then like that, I like the referral thing, the free month. I don't know any gyms anywhere that do that I know of anyway, in our locations. So I think it's a good way of just building that goodwill, and it's a way of saying thanks, because I know we do have clients that are going about town telling everybody about us. So if to bring someone in, I think it's nice to kind of say thanks by giving them a free month, you know.
No, I think it's awesome. It's awesome. Is there a book you have read that has influenced your life?
Yeah, it's there's a good few now. It's a long time now since I've read it, but I read Think and Grow Rich a couple of times when I was in my late teens, early 20s. Read The Go Giver. It's very good. And then I read a lot of business and marketing. I'm actually reading, I'm nearly finished at the minute here. Never Split the Difference, Chris Voss. I don't know if you've seen it or read it. It's actually really good. I'd highly recommend it. It kind of makes you really think of a lot of deals and incidents over the years where I could have been a bit cuter, you know, in negotiation skills. But yeah, I'd probably say I Think and Grow Rich had the biggest impact on me when I was probably 19, 20 when I read it. So I've always meant to reread it, but you know, your shelf, you've all these books in the shelf, you can probably see behind me there. So it's hard to just reread them as well because you've a lot of good ones. And Ryan Holiday actually is very good. Have you read any of his books?
No, I don't think I have.
Ego is the Enemy actually is really good. I read his, and it's just, you know, it's amazing how we let our egos affect everything we do, you know, even when we don't realize it. But when you can become aware of them things and you question it and say, why am I actually doing this? You realize there's a lot of bullshit there that, you know, you want to try and avoid and make clearer decisions, you know. So Ryan Holiday, I'd highly recommend him as well.
Nice. Is there one thing, if there was one thing you could change in the entire world today, what would it be and why?
But apart from getting rid of COVID and Putin invading Ukraine, what would I get rid of today and why? I think the one thing that really irritates me is the sense of entitlement that people have. And it just, yeah, it really irritates me. I say it to my wife, like, you know, we do pretty good, you know, nothing extraordinary, but we do okay, you know, and you definitely want to be conscious of spoiling your children, you know what I mean, or having things too good for them, because it's, you know, my generation, like I'm 35 now, like my generation, a lot of people are very entitled. So like my children's generation, God knows what they're going to be like, you know, it's going to be absolutely unbelievable stuff. So yeah, it's a sense of entitlement. And you know, it's easy looking at people that are doing well for themselves, and everybody kind of wants that life. Everyone wants the boom in business or the nice car, the nice house and all that. And, you know, I have nothing against anybody dreaming big or anything like that, but your goals have to match your work ethic, or your work ethic has to match your goals. And, you know, a lot of people just, they want to piggyback off other people's success, or they want what people have, but they don't want to put anyone near the same work in. And then sooner, you know, bad mouth or give out or spread lies, or, you know, all the rest of it. But yeah, you know, the whole sense entitlement of the modern day, it yeah, that's what really pisses me off if I was to say anything. And that's something I'd like to change, I suppose, in people.
Yeah, because I'm looking at, you know, like the whole Monday to Friday. There's a lot, like I've had people over the years do the whole, I only want to work Monday to Friday, I want to work 9 to 5, hence what people like to call banker's hours, right? And I always say, you know, retail's changed, you know, distribution's changed. Like, you know, like I look at all these distributors that are around the world, and the majority of them only are open Monday to Friday. They're not open extended hours. And you're now competing with Amazon. Amazon is available 24/7. They deliver, maybe not 24/7, but they do deliver 7 days a week. And you still want to be open 40 hours a week for business. And in order for you to compete, you need to start changing the game. And that's the way I kind of look at the whole, that's my, I guess, my piece on the whole entitlement. There's a lot of things in this world where we're not adjusting to how the world is thinking. We still feel like we're entitled to work this 9 to 5. We still feel that we're entitled to run our business the same way it has been for the last, you know, let's call it 40 years. So we're not willing to pivot and change the way our business is run. because we still feel like I've been running 9 to 5 since 1970, whatever. And I'm not changing now because some Amazon comes or something. Well, you know, that's I guess maybe that's a different discussion, but a lot of people are kind of coming in and dictating that they want a job that only is 9 to 5, not realizing the world is, but then they want everything available at their fingertips 24/7.
Yeah.
And that's that whole part of it. Yeah, I don't know if you want to touch on that anymore or not.
Yeah, no, well, actually, what you said there made me think of another good book. Is it Jim Collins called him Built to Last? That's another great book, and he makes the point of, like, you get people that are always innovating and always changing in business, and sometimes there can be too much go, and the people that this is the way we've always done it, and we're going to stick with that. Whereas the businesses that really survive long term they're sticking to maybe the core principles, but they're always changing and adapting, and going with, they'll keep up with the times, and they might do it just bit by bit. And I find that, in business, you always have to be on the ball because everything's always changing, even if it's just your marketing. Like, personally, I don't believe fitness training will change much. The human body is the human body. It's not going to change. Diet wise, I don't think they're going to change that much. There'll always be the new diet, this, that, and the other, but it's always going to be people diet hopping and all the rest of it. And some people will stick to it and some people won't, and whatever. So when you look at gyms, you're looking at customer service, you're looking at your marketing, you're looking at your advertising, and just your overall service. How can you make things run smoother and better? And you always have to be looking at that. And I'm sure it's the same in most businesses. So it's okay to stick to your core principles. You want to stick to that, but you still need to be open to learn and kind of keep on pace and that. So, like everything, like we said, there's time and place for everything. There's a happy medium. But yeah, the sense of entitlement, and you see it even, I don't know if you have many staff, like you see it with staff, you'll see it with your customers, you'll see it everywhere. There's people that just appreciate when you're trying to help them out, and they'll appreciate they have to do their work and they'll get on with it, and then there'll be other people that just they want to take, and nothing's ever good enough for them and all that. So yeah, those people really are getting less and less time for as they get older, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, that makes sense. Do you have any final words or anything you want to end with, or?
Yeah, not really. Thanks for having me. I enjoyed it. I've been on a few podcasts now, hoping to get on a few more. Yeah, so you have the link to my LinkedIn page. That's what I do a lot of me stuff now for emails. So anybody can hit me up on that if they have any questions. That's probably it. Really.
Yeah, and in the comments of this video and on the podcast, I'll put all the links of like your LinkedIn. If you have any links for your business, I'll also share that in there. That way, if you want to connect, all that information will be available for you. Yeah. But yeah, thanks a lot for coming on. It was awesome.
Yeah, no, great. Thanks for having me. I'm sure I'll get chatting to you on the group then.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for listening to the Focus on Customer Experience podcast. Be sure to subscribe wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss an episode. For more information or to connect with Ben, check out Benjamin Del Grosso on LinkedIn, at Safe Drive Solutions on Instagram, or www.safedrivesolutions.ca online. We'll see you next time.